So, expression. Oh, well, it really is a word of the 21st century. And I don't think it's ever meant as much in all the years that we've been on the planet as it actually does now. So what did it mean to me mum, expression? Well, I remember, and this is probably going back about 30 years, how my mum would express who she was through the way that she decorated the trifle on a Sunday. This is what she'd do. The trifle, she'd put all the cream on the top. She'd get her fork and she'd start to create like a checkerboard like that on the top with deep concentration. And then she'd get some glassy cherries and some walnuts and she'd strategically place these walnuts and glassy cherries on the top of the trifle. And that was my mum telling the world who she was. Always the same pattern every single Sunday. Well, my mum's day, life was very different, wasn't it? Because those girls were actually told who they could be. They had to get married. There was, right now, us girls, you watching this and me right now, we'd probably been out there donkey stoning the flipping step. There's no way that we could have had the careers or the lives that we've got now. You had to find somebody to marry and he would more or less keep you. That were it. That were your place in life. Your value in life, one of the ways your station in life was considered was by what your husband did for a job, because you probably wouldn't have had one. I remember my grandma, and this is going back to the early 1960s, and there was a band on Top of the Pops called Mungo Jerry. And when they came on, I remember my old gran saying, I don't want you to watch this. And I'm going, why? And she's going, those louts, the hair is way down over the collar. You're not watching those kind of people. You get yourself to bed. Can you imagine now? That seems ridiculous to us, but that is the kind of control, expected social control over the way that you expressed yourself. So, what did those women have though that we haven't got? Well, they were kind of safe because socially the world was very different. He probably wouldn't have left you. You probably wouldn't have ended up being a single parent. God help you if you were a single parent in those days. Divorce was something that you never did. He wouldn't have left you and she probably wouldn't have had the affair either, because socially it just was not possible. So let's have a little look at where we are now and why it is so hugely important that you will learn how to express who you really are. And the thing is that right now, because there's so much in the world that we don't understand, and there's so many people in the world all vying for his attention, what we don't understand, what isn't the truth, we immediately delete. I call that little concept to meet or to delete. That is the question, and it really is. My great-granddad probably met 200 people in his whole lifetime. My dad probably met 200 people a year. I meet 200 people a week, and I'm sure you do regularly. So it's the whole way that very quickly you have to learn how to express yourself in a way that gives instant resonance, so we absolutely know who you are. Remember, if we don't understand who you are and you're not telling the truth, we're going to delete you. So what are people thinking? Do I want to meet you? Do I want your emails in my inbox? Do I want to be turning up in Starbucks and meeting you for coffee? Or do I just not want you anywhere in my whole world and I just want to delete you immediately? That is the question. And once you master that instant expression of who you really are, I promise you, your business and your whole life will be transformed. You would create a magnetism in your life that you would never have dreamed that you would have. So one of the things that I do is I sit people at this very magic kitchen table. I don't know what it is about here, I really don't. Even if you Skype me, I will always be sat at this kitchen table. And we have a look at who you really are, and we see where you've been, and we learn how to tell the story of that in a way that creates more resonance than you will ever imagine. And even the way that you send emails, your speech pattern, your phraseology, the way that you dress. We even talk about your direction and your purpose in life. I 100% promise you that 3 hours will create more resonance and more understanding in the way that you express yourself than any other 3 hours you will ever spend. If you're interested in talking to me about that, just drop us an email, nikki@nikkipattinson.com. Now I better finish off putting this slap on before I go out and do this gig, because I tell you what, nobody's going to want to see this, are they?